Before we start, I would just like to apologize for the bad audio quality. I will try to fix it for next episode. Wanted to let you know in advance. Yo guys, and welcome to my review of episode 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. I was planning on doing these for 7s a few months ago, however, then this show got announced and I thought it was better to do it for this show from the start rather than doing it for 7s, which had like 14 or 16 episodes left at that point. So yeah, that's why we're doing it here. So overall, I really like this episode. I think that it's one of the better episode ones. I think the last two shows kind of missed the mark on it. I think Sevens tried to promote this show to the older generation, which I don't know why they did that, especially since this show was so much more kid friendly. And Reigns, I felt like didn't try to teach anyone at all. It was very much an exposition filled episode, so I think this show does it very well, where it does give us a lot of information, and it really did feel like trying to teach Rush Duels to people who have never played it, which makes sense since Yugioh is an alien. I think it's very clear just how much this show is going to be connected to Sevens. Uh, Obviously, we already knew how the main characters have Yuga's last name. You know, Manabu, who's dueling next week, has Gakto's last name. And we also found out that Sushiko, Nick, and Galleon also will appear in this show. There definitely seems to be a lot bigger connection. One thing that I found really interesting, and I didn't see anyone talk about it, was right before the duel starts, Yuki activates his duel disc and he says go rush, and Yugioh is confused on why he said it. Yoma explains like, oh, that's something that you say just before a rush duel, and Yugioh explains that there is a fountain on Velgears that is named Go Rush U, where souls of warriors go before battle. And to me, that just obviously seems like Yuga was on Velgears. There were a lot of points in Yugioh's dialogue where I just felt like almost a lot of that dialogue felt very Yuga-like. He talked about roads and carving open a path to the new future. I really do believe that Yuga was there during that 2-year time skip, and I don't know, I just was fascinated that no one talked about that part. So yeah, I'm really confident that there's going to be a much bigger connection between Sevens and Go Rush. Definitely a bigger connection than there was between Duel Monsters and GX. I also liked how at the very start they basically hint to the next episode, you know, with the appearance of Nyanga Star. I think that's how the cat's name is, but basically it's Manabu's. That cat is Manabu's companion. It helps him find aliens, which kind of makes sense why it was there during that crash site. I don't know how Yuhi and Yuamu didn't instantly see the crop field, but you know, whatever, it makes sense. Also, Yudi definitely tried to murder a 10-year-old child. Funny enough, not the first time that has happened in Bridges shows. You know, a couple of episodes ago, a grown man tried to throw a meteor at 7 children, so, you know, it's not really something that I was super shocked by, but it catches you by surprise sometimes. One thing that I found very interesting is we expected UTS to be this like huge company, but it looked almost like just one apartment building. It didn't look, you know, like some big organization. We also don't see that many people working in it. So far we know the twins, Galliant, we see Geta, Caterpillar, and Django in the preview. You know, also Sushiko and Nick were there. So there are few people there, but it definitely doesn't seem like as big of a company as we thought. So I really did find that very interesting. Also, I can't end the review before I comment how incredible that scream was. When Yuhi cuts open the pack, it really did feel like a collector when you open like a box and it loses all the value. Like the comedy in the show is really amazing so far, and I'm super excited to see what they do next week. We know it's Manabu versus UDS, which I'm really excited about. We don't know anything about Manabu's deck, so yeah, guys, that was my thoughts on episode 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. If you have any theories or anything to reply, please put them in the comments. Uh, how you felt about the episode. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next week for the next episode.